Alright, so if you're a complete beginner and you're looking to make a bit of money with copywriting, this video is absolutely perfect for you. I'm going to show you exactly how I would go about finding a high paid client, and I'm going to write out a trial email that I would write for them. If you don't know me, my name is Matthew, I'm from Ireland, and I've worked with some of the biggest companies in the world as a copywriter. I also help beginners completely free on this channel get their first clients and start building a business that gives them a bit more freedom in their lives. So I'm going to do 3 things in this video so we can just get out of here as fast as possible. Firstly, I'm going to show you a method of finding clients that allows you to find people without having to spend your own cash. Secondly, I'm going to show you how to pitch those people, how much to charge, what you should sell. And finally, I'm going to write out a trial email for an example client that we find online. So without further ado, let's jump in. All right, so we're going to use a website that you're very familiar with. You're sitting on it right now. It's youtube.com, right? And this is actually where you're able to find some clients if you know what to look for. So there's a big problem that most beginners find themselves into. Like, so many people get into copywriting with big dreams that they'll start this business and it'll get them out of their current situation, and they're absolutely justified to do that because it is so possible. I've seen so many people do it, I've done it myself, and then things don't go as planned, right? And one of the main reasons is they don't actually know how to find people and how to source basically clients and leads that they can turn into actual profitable clients for themselves, right? They don't know where to find people. So I'm going to show you something here that you just won't find on other YouTube videos about copywriting, because this is something that I kind of just personally came up with myself. I'm sure other people have used it before, but I just use this because I know that this is an actual way. I've gotten clients this way before. So we're going to be on YouTube, and the first thing we want to do, I'm going to just search someone that I already know. But what you want to do whenever you're starting to find business owners is you need to find people who have a common problem, and you need to find people who have ability to pay, basically people who are going to have money. And so an example I'm going to give you here is a guy called William Brown, right? So William Brown is basically he's like a guru for other gurus. Like, he teaches people how to run businesses, like info businesses, selling courses, consulting, coaching. Really big company, does really, really well. And what we're gonna do here, right, and I'll explain why I'm doing everything I'm doing here, is we want to go probably to his most popular video.
Okay, come here.
So let's just pause this one. So this video is targeted, basically his entire channel is targeted at people who have money and have cash flow businesses. So these people sell digital services, and digital services have a 100% profit margin, not 100%, but very, very high profit margins, because you're just selling words and services. You're not really selling like bricks and mortar, you're selling words, you know what I mean? So it's high profit. So this guy helps people who have those businesses make more money. So they're people who are already making cash profit, or they're struggling to make more money, and he helps them do that, right? So what we want to do is pick out this guy's video. That's just why I've chosen this guy specifically. Then we want to go to the comments. Now, if you go to the comments, you're really able to find people who are specifically targeted. Like, they are people who follow this guy, so they obviously want to hear what he does. So this is someone called Diane Beck Coaching, and if we have a quick look into her, I've never seen this person before, so I'm just having a look at what she sells. So get your free guide. Okay, so she's a digital marketer. She sells some sort of digital product for £55. Coaching programs, let's see what she sells. Ideally something worth a couple of $1,000, because if they sell something worth a couple of $1,000, they are likely to be making good money. Yeah, £5,000, this one. £5,000. So this person could definitely benefit from a copywriter. If someone else can come in and help her get more customers that are £5,000 each at a low cost, then she's going to pay them, because that is an insane profit margin. Like, imagine you paid this person £1,000, or this person paid you £1,000 a month, and you brought them in a client worth £5,000. You've just basically 5x the return on investment she's given you, right? So this is the type of person that you want to work with. And Diane, what we could do here is we could come up with some custom offers that we could sell to Diane as copywriters. So how does Diane get clients? Let's have a look. So she has this YouTube channel. She clearly gets clients through that. She has Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. Probably won't be able to view all of these. Okay, I can view this. Let's just close that out. Let's see Facebook, cookies, sweet. So I can't see LinkedIn. Okay, so she makes content for people, I don't know what she makes content about, emotional healing or whatever. And this is clearly something you could help with, right? So when she makes content, content costs nothing to produce, but good content is hard to produce. So what Diane could benefit from is someone selling a solution to that problem. The problem is I can't produce enough content to keep more business coming in. I don't know how much she's making. She's probably making an alright amount of money, but she could make more money if someone was helping her with her content. So this is where you come in as a copywriter. You're someone who's able to write persuasively, and she needs someone to write persuasively for her business because it'll make her more money. What you have to do is package it up in a way that she's actually appealed by it and she wants to pay you for your services, because anybody can pitch her. There's so many people doing freelance copywriting nowadays because they've seen, some Iman Gadzhi video or something like that, and they think they can just DM random people and try and sell their services, but they never actually sell anything that the person actually needs. So I can tell you that this person could definitely benefit from more quality content, and that's where you come in. You would learn how to write good content by just going out and figuring it out by yourself. And if you watch my videos, I'll give you that for free. I'll teach you how to do stuff like that. And then you could figure out a way to sell it to her. So you'd package it up in an offer, and that is the next section. So the first section, I just wanted to show you how to find leads and potential clients for your business. I would literally just go through here and look for anyone that looks like they actually have a business on YouTube, like a channel, Josh, James, and these guys, some of them are inactive, but some of them, if they still make content, that means they probably still have an active business and they sell stuff. So they could have someone else helping them sell stuff for their business. All right, so that's how you find clients. That's one free way. I have so many free ways on my channel. I have a 10-hour course that I will link in the description, and it has extensive training on everything that I'm going to talk about in this video. But that's the first section. Okay, so now that we've chosen Diane as our example customer, we need to come up with a way of selling Diane something that's actually packaged up and actually what she needs, because she's not going to pay for something unless it's actually painful to her. So something that would be painful to her is, hey, I know that I could make way more money if I had good content going out more consistently, but I don't have all the time and energy to do it myself, so I would pay someone else. This is just me assuming this, by the way. I don't know this person, but this is how you need to think about a potential client, right? So if you think about it like that, you can write something for Diane. You can write up an offer that you want to make to her. So you can say, hey, there are basically two types of offers you can make to a business owner as a copywriter, and these will make or break you if you have an understanding of what they are. So the first one is called a front end offer, and this is something that they will buy on the front end from you. This is something you can sell, and a perfect example of what a front end offer is if you owned a gym business, right? Your front end offer would be a class service that people could pay every month to go to unlimited amounts of classes, or they could just sign up for the gym like a regular customer. Then we have back end offers, and this is where the real money and the real profit is made in any business, right? Because you have your front end offer where someone pays like 50, 60 pounds a month to join a gym. And then you have your back end offer, which is when you go into the gym, maybe they have a vending machine with energy drinks, and then they sell t-shirts, and then they sell spa services, and then they sell like physio services and personal training and all these different things. And this is where they make their extra money on the back end. And so you need to have some sort of front end and back end offer that you can sell to Diane. And if you're a complete beginner, all you need to worry about is the front end. What do I sell to Diane that she actually needs? So what I would write for Diane is, I would write content that I could put out daily and that just requires written content, doesn't require me to speak or anything. And I would probably sell her a package where I'm like, okay, I'll write 30 YouTube community posts, 30 emails for you this month, and 30 Instagram posts or Instagram stories that you can put out. I'll just write the copy for all of them and then schedule them out for you on your business. Then you could also additionally write like YouTube scripts for her videos. So if she makes videos about emotional healing or whatever, you could choose the topic that she's talking about and then write a nice script so she can just sit there in front of a camera, read off a script, deliver the video, and it saves her from coming up with the idea and writing the whole video herself. So that's a good front end offer. Now you could sell that for literally whatever you think you can come up with. This is the Wild West. Getting into online business, as you'll understand, is something where you just charge as much as you physically can and you can get away with. And to give you a funny story, when I was a complete beginner, I used to sell my services for like £100 per ad. I specialized in creative ads for finance companies on TikTok, which is really niche, right? But I used to sell them for £100 an ad. And then one day I just decided I'm gonna charge 200. And they said yes. And I was like, oh my God, I just doubled my rate. And then I said I'm gonna double it again, 400. And then one time I was just like, I'm gonna charge £1,000 and see if they pay it. Paid straight away. And I kept doing that until I reached the upper ceiling of what they would pay. And so this is exactly what you can do. A good base idea of what you could charge is $500 to $1,000. And what that does is, it's not a huge risk for Diane. She should be able to make an ROI based on all of the content that you're gonna write for her. If you're gonna produce like 90 pieces of content for her, and she only needs one sale to 5x her ROI, that's a great deal for Diane. So that's how you create an offer. You think, what does this person actually need? How can I make it as appealing as possible? And you could also offer some sort of money back guarantee where if you don't generate a sale, you keep writing for her until you do. And that is just a guaranteed way to make it more appealing. Okay, so now we know how to find people like Diane. We know how to produce an offer for them. The next part is, how do we actually outreach to Diane and make a splash so that she pays attention to our emails? Okay, so I want to show you this email that I've just written for Diane, and this is exactly how I would plan to get her attention. I'm going to break this down on exactly why it works, and it's actually gotten me like probably tens of thousands of dollars worth of clients in the past. So I'm going to show you this, and I'm also going to show you a trick to triple the effectiveness of this email so you can triple the chances of you getting a client through this. Absolutely simple. It takes you like an extra probably 20 seconds. So let's just get into it. So the subject line, I go really personal. I wrote a selfie of me and Diane. Imagine you're going through your inbox and you see all these stupid like promotional emails that are so obviously promotional, and then you see someone with a selfie of me and you, and it's your name. You'd be like, who is this guy? Then you go with first line, hey Diane, first off, hi. I know this is a bit random, but I didn't want to just fire off some cold robotic pitch like everyone else, so I made you this instead. And I literally took a selfie. I have a piece of paper here, which I wrote, hey Diane, on. It's not fake, and it has to be clear that this picture couldn't have been faked. And I've written that on, and then I've taken a selfie of me smiling. Because imagine somebody sees this. It's like so much more effective than the template cold emails that you see most people sending. And I'll show you an example of what most people send. Okay, so this is actually from my last YouTube video, and this is me going through the DMs that I get as a business owner, because I get DMs all the time. And this is literally what most people send. It's just like the most boring message of all time. There's no personalization. There's nothing interesting or funny. It clearly took them like 5 seconds to send this through, and it demonstrates to me as a potential client for someone that this person doesn't actually care about getting my attention. And if they're this lazy with their outreach to make themselves money, they're going to be way more lazy whenever it comes to working with me. So I just would never work with someone who's boring and who doesn't make an effort to actually get a client. Now, go back to our sick email for Diane. I've taken this selfie. It shows that I'm clearly a real human being. I'm not living, in my mum's basement. This is like a clean, nice photo of me smiling. And here's why I'm reaching out. Give them clearly, just get to the point, like, why are you getting in touch with me? I can generate you one extra sale of your 5K offer in the next 90 days, and it'll only cost you less than a fifth of that. Or we could say 20% of that amount. Guaranteed. We could also even add here, like, if it doesn't happen, I'll work with you until it does, for free, right? You make a sick guarantee to Diane. You do nothing, it runs in the background. Would you be open to letting me pitch it to you? So this is a really friendly way of not just pitching them straight away, getting their attention and letting them engage in the email. And just saying, if you hate it, no worries. I hate being pitched too, so I promise it's worth a quick look. This is you objection handling, because if you're self-aware that pitching is an annoying thing to see, then at least they understand that you are self-aware enough to notice that, right? But if you do like it, it could save you hours and explode your reach, or you can make another promise here. It could make you an extra £5,000 in the next 90 days with no risk. Let me know either way. So our pitch could change here. There's so many possible changes, but this is the general format of the cold email. Hope the pic gave you a smile at least. Cheers, Matthew, and then leave your email address down here, right? And so how you can triple the effectiveness of this as an opportunity to get a client is you don't just send it on email. You send it on every single possible social media platform that this person has. So I know that Diane had Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So those are 3 more platforms. Now, you could triple, we will not do the numbers of a tripling, but like that's 4 platforms in total, email and those 3 other ones. You can find them on anything else. You could comment on their YouTube videos being like, hey, I sent you an email. Really make it clear that you're making an effort to get their attention. And when you're getting their attention in the email, make sure it's a good email. There are actually services as well that you can use which allow you to automate this photo process. So you could get this photo with the white piece of paper and then just like change the name. It's so sick what you can do with technology nowadays. I'm not going to cover it in this video, but this should give you the general outline of what to do. All right, so everything you've just learned in this video will not matter if you don't understand what I talk about in this video. And if you're interested in one-to-one coaching with me, hit the link in the description. But yeah, I'll see you in there.